Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Bernhardt, I wanted to start out and ask you a question about the recent action by President Trump that he took with regard to the signing statement when he signed and enacted the FY 2017 Omnibus Appropriations Bill. There was the implication that some programs and services for American Indians and for tribes may not comply with the Equal Protection Clause of the Constitution. Do you hold the view that tribal programs are somehow in conflict with the Equal Protection Clause of the Constitution?
Well, Senator, first off, I must say I have no knowledge of the signing statement, and if you want to provide it to me, I am happy to look at it.
We'd be happy to do that, but I think generally as a matter, not being familiar with the...
Sure. As a general matter, there is a long history of federal courts upholding perspectives related to your plenary authority and the relationship with tribes. So I'm really at a loss to speak to that particular matter, but I'd say that the courts have sustained a variety of programs that have been lawfully enacted here, and so I just apologize for not being able to respond more deeply.
Let me give you an example of one of the, this is sort of a list of different programs that were called out with respect to the signing statement. One of them was Native American housing block grants, for example. I'm not sure what the logic was, but I just want to get a sense for that you don't have an inherent concern about an inherent conflict, and that you are comfortable with where the courts have ruled over the years on that matter.
Well, what I would say is I have no knowledge of that particular item. And for example, some of those programs, or that particular program, it's my understanding has been in place for quite a while. So I can't really speak to the challenge.
During your previous tenure at the department, there was a multiple years long, what I would call it sort of a de facto moratorium on land into trust applications. More recently in the last administration, I think we saw them take approximately half a million acres into trust on behalf of tribes. One of the things that we've heard more recently is that there are concerns that there are plans in the works at the Department of Interior, again, to change the land into trust process, and potentially to do so without first consulting with tribes. Are you comfortable committing to conducting a full tribal consultation before making any major changes to the land into trust process?
Well, you know, fortunately, we had a little bit of an opportunity to speak yesterday, and I think in that meeting, I explained to you that from my perspective, one of the great opportunities of the Trump administration and its relationship with tribes is that Congress has resolved some of the longstanding Indian trust issues related to COBEL and other things. And I think that anything that happened during the Bush administration regarding land in trust and trust responsibility, I don't think you can look at those things without sharing a perspective of that particular litigation and the burdens that were imposed on the Department of the Interior because of it. So I'm excited about having a new slate to start with, if you will, not covered by the legacy of hundreds of years or 100 years. I can't speak to what the department has suggested because I'm not aware of any changes. What I would say is to the extent that it would be a regulatory change, there would absolutely be public comment and opportunity. And I would think that if it's anything that's meaningful, we would absolutely participate in some form of engagement.
Great. Madam Chair, I'm going to hold the rest of my questions for the second round and let you get to some other members. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.